Today I'm going to make a shirt, but I want it to say Twister. First, I print it out on the computer to the size I want, and then I turn the paper into a transfer paper by rubbing a pencil on the back. I check, do a little more rubbing to make sure I have it all done. I compare it against a light and see if I can see a shadow. If I can see a shadow of the rubbing, then I know I have everything covered. Now I trim off the extra paper so I can position it on the vinyl. I take 2 clips and I clip the paper to some cry-cut vinyl, and now I trace every letter. You don't need to use a pencil, you just need a thin sharp edge and trace around each letter. Try not to skip any letters. Once you take the transfer paper off, it can be difficult to replace. And now that we have the final letter traced, we take the clips off, remove the transfer paper, and you can see a very faint lines of the word that we have traced onto the vinyl. And now it is time to cut out the vinyl letters. You can do each letter at a time, or you can take this method where you trim off all of the excess above on the sides and below, and then you can cut out the individual letters. The shirt I am making took a total of 7 to 8 hours if you include all the little time that it took to do these steps of making the letters. And now that you have all of the letters cut out, you line them up here on the table. Here's some camera magic. T-W-I-S-T-E-R. What does that spell? Twister! And now the fun begins. I place the letters, centered the letters, and then I put them 2 rhinestones apart from each other. This rhinestone is size 20 or SS20. I included the balloon dog shape so people know that I am a balloon dog twister. I have a previous video that lays out and shows the type of glue and all the different sizes of rhinestones that I use. But each letter is outlined first with the largest rhinestone, and then I do a row around that with the next smaller rhinestone, size 16. When you freshly place the rhinestones on the glue, you can move and maneuver them a little bit with the toothpick for about a minute before it actually gets too hard and dry to move. The glue that I use is E6000. It's a very stretchy glue and it dries very quickly. Only work with a few dots of glue at a time. I put a tape around the word because I did not want to put rhinestones further from that area. And it takes just over 5 hours to place all of these rhinestones. And then I remove the tape and I remove the vinyl, and voila! I have a twister shirt in the most perfect purple ever. Now here's some extra tips. If the rhinestones slide around on the fabric, what you can do is you get a different fabric to put the rhinestones on. Now it's very helpful to have all the rhinestones turned over before you begin. That way gluing goes faster. But here's an example of a fabric. I got a velvet fabric, and the stones turn over much easier than on the smooth, slidey surface of the red fabric. But turning all the rhinestones over that you can before you start gluing helps save on glue, because that glue, even after you stop pushing it out of the bottle, will keep coming out. And a lot of glue can be wasted while you're spending time flipping over rhinestones. And then you can pull this little square of velvet around your project area so you don't have to reach across the design. Another time saver. Sometimes it's very therapeutic just turning the rhinestone over, turning another one, turning another one. It's almost like counting sheep. Very relaxing. A good practice in being patient. I hope you've been inspired. I hope you have a wonderful day.